So, Bambi, now that you're probably not going to marry this guy you were engaged to, what was the point of all that celibacy? What was the point? I'll wait. I want to hear the point of that celibacy lie, because you ain't saying that shit no more. That's why I don't have a lot of respect for it when heifers with 4 kids talking about I'm celibate. Girl, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Once you are over the age of 35, ain't nobody got time for celibate no more. Life too short. And no one's believing in healthy celibacy at that age either. That means you don't know how to control yourself in an adult relationship. If you can't have sex, that means you are not emotionally mature enough to control yourself in an adult relationship where you got to act like you 5 and, oh no, I'm celibate. Girl, boy, whoever doing it. I done met some gays that say, oh, I'm celibate. Okay, and that means when you gay, it really means nobody wants you. Nobody wants to put up with your nonsense. You could be fine as hell. And the cuter you are, the more you say you celibate, I'm like, ooh, let me get away from you because you are a problem. But we open with Erica Banks on the phone with Queen Key, talk about doing an episode of, I guess, her show. But she wants the girl that didn't see it for Erica Banks to be on the channel, too. We're taking it to YouTube. So Spice is having a performance, and she's invited Yandy and letting Rashida know your op gonna be there. However, Queen Key's invited Rennie Rooch, Carly Red, get on the screen. Invited Rennie Rucci to her filming. However, things are rocky with Rennie's record company. But then they get to talk about how Salma was rah-rah at the meeting. So the new girl, Queen Key, got a series of songs called Episodes, and it's a therapeutic way to express yourself. So basically, she wants them 2 heifers to fight on wax. It's about time. So over with Salma and her manager, they go to lunch with Jock. He starts talking about Mendices, and Mendices talking about his penis, and he don't want to hear about his penis no more. We had to look at you with perms. You can hear about his peen. So he talks about what he's been going through with his brother, but then we get to the girls arguing at the last meeting. Espo. So they gonna try to get Erica and this Soca heifer on the good foot, but I don't know, and she don't know either. Oh, it's Spice's show, and she just invited Scrappy. Good luck booking that stage you speak of. However, Spice let Scrappy know Mama D will be at the show. So I guess the baby mama and the girlfriend can argue some more. Then they get to talking about Yandy and Rashida going at it, and they trying to stay out of it, but they in it. Now we have long-suffering Kendra, and I guess this is a Destiny's Child outfit. I don't know why Tina Knowles feels the need to make other women look inferior, but here she is. I'm sorry, these clothes are inferior, but she going to meet bam. Long-suffering Ashley joins us as well. Bambi announces her engagement party, but child, is the wedding gonna happen? However, Ashley whining about Zane's mama. Child, that heifer wanted the other daughter-in-law, not you, so you just gonna have to take that heifer how she come. Ooh. You know what? Maybe I haven't met the right guy because everybody's parents aren't dead yet. Because that's how I want to meet. I want the parents dead. I want the siblings dead. I don't want nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody. A good orphan. Ward of the state. Because people don't know how to cleave and cling no more. A man cleaves from the family and clings to the wife. Cleave and cling. That way he ain't got to worry about cleaving shit. Ain't nobody there. Oh, now she reaching out to the biological family. Oh, Lord. Are you trying to get them to overrule the mama? Oh, but now Mama D done christened Bambi's kids and didn't tell her. I wouldn't have invited you either. I would expect that kind of nonsense from Mama D, though. I would expect that. Like, should she have done it? No. No, but that's what you get for getting pregnant by Scrap. Child, Bambi find out about it at lunch. It might have been God punishing you for that celibacy lie. Might have been, because I didn't believe it. I just heard a commercial for that basketball league, the Big Three. I will never be able to forget whenever I hear the Big Three. Oh, God. That gnat of a heifer, Brittany Renner, talking about the big three. However, after that, we're in the studio with Rennie Rucci and the Soca heifer. Queen Key. I don't know why I'm calling it. Not the Soca heifer. That's the other one. Queen Key. Soca's the one that's arguing with Erica Banks. Queen Key invites Rennie to Chicago because her daughter is graduating preschool. Okay, now the Soca heifer shows up. She's the one that's already married. Salma, not Soca, Salma, I'm sorry. But we're going to try to work through her and Erica's issues. But I think everyone getting drunk first isn't going to help. So Erica ain't going to show up. Girl, it's time for you to put your talent on wax. Why be scared? I'm in the bed. I've been sick all day. I have food poisoning. Lies. Stassi says, you didn't come because I'm here. So she goes in the booth and does her thing. Oh, so Zell Swag drops by the BAMs and they get to talking about somebody's reaching out from her fiance's not so recent past. I knew they wasn't getting married. Like I knew she wasn't celibate. However, Bambi says, I deal with false allegations all the time, so I'm going to talk to Ray about it. What? Do people listen when words come out of their mouths anymore? Because Bambi said, I'm going to use this engagement party where all of our friends and family are coming to see where we go from here. If you're that stupid, I believe it's a lie about the celibacy. Or you're still trying to be celibate, but you gonna marry him to say, okay, well, I married him so I can have sex with him now. Either one is dumb as hell. So now we're at Spice's concert and Rashida and Kirk show up backstage to hype Spice up. But Mama D pulls Scrap aside in the other room and says she needs to talk to him. Oh! However, in the hallway, Mama D flagged down Kirk and Rafiqal and let them know, I saw Mendices on camera with another woman. He had his fork in her mouth and hugged the hell up. Rafiqal said it ain't nothing new. He feel comfortable out in the street with different women. It's weird because their marriage is open or their shit is over, but they're staying together for a storyline. Because, now I'm not saying Yandy ain't smart, but Yandy got conned out of her production credit on Love and Hip Hop. I'll never forget that story. She told us herself. So you're not in the music business anymore. The music business has changed since you were working for Jim Jones. And we saw you kind of weren't the best agent for Jim Jones. What do you do when you get off of this show? Because I know you sell teas and some other stuff, but what's your actual business? Because this ain't Bravo. They let you promote. Mama D said, I wanted to check him. The real bitch in me wanted to come out. And Kirk said, but you'll start getting blamed for stuff. Mama D said, I don't give a fuck. That's who they needed for this storyline. Mama D. I noticed how Scrappy and Spice are getting on stage, but why not Rashida? Girl, Spice and all these blue-haired dancers, it looks like the Smurfs popping cooch. Yandy show up late with no Mendici. Scrappy. All you said is, pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. God, they got him sweating, though. Yandy said, I'm ready to KTSE with Kirk and Rasheed. Say it to my face. I want to hear it. I can't wait. I can't either. Yeah, however, Rafiqal and Kirk, they gonna run out of there because they don't want to confrontate her. Oh, she said Yandy got the BBL smell, which I've heard of on TikTok. And, surgery always looks glamorous, but then when you get to the Ruta and the Tuta, it's like, I don't know. Okay, so now Yandy's saying, well, Rashida never should have shared nothing. I told things privately. I had private conversation. Okay, so you said your marriage was open and now you mad, you're telling your business. But when Mendices is out here acting single, what are we supposed to do? So we got Zane and Ashley sitting with the mama. And Ashley said, well, why can't me and the mom just talk? And Zane said, okay, I'll take my crab cakes and eat elsewhere, but I don't think it's going to work out. Oh, child, she said, I don't know why you just don't like me. And she ain't say nothing. I mean, you call your son when you need things, but I'm a part of that. I will never call you when I need my son. That's the problem. Who said you could be around that long? She said, well, you ain't getting another penny from him. Oh, did he tell you about my credit card? I got the money. Child, now she mad about the credit card. I would be too. I'm like, we can't have money out the household. You want to be honest with him about everything else? Be honest about who his real father is. That is way, way out of line to talk to those people. Like it's not out of line for you to be using his credit cards. With a wife? So she storm off and go tell him, you need to get your mom. Then the mama go in that your kids hate you because you got other kids by other men. And then she said, well, I was a shit mom and I'll admit that all. Wait, what? So the mama getting in her face and disrespectful. She's like, look, I'm leaving. I'm going to sit. I can't deal with this, which I get. Then she come back screaming, you know what's off limit to me. Well, my kids ain't off limits. You're taking money from my children. I don't give a fuck. And we end with the argument, and I will see you soon for something. So tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate. She needs to know.